trying to be quiet because I don't want to wake anybody up. But it's time to get the sourdough out. Here is the sourdough bread. It is a cinnamon and sugar bread. This is supposed to be one of Taylor Swift's favorite inclusion sourdough breads. But the thing is, whenever I was doing the inclusions, it all started to fall out. So I ended up just mixing it all instead of like rolling it. It's probably not gonna work out. Also, I'm gonna try the ice cube trick in the Dutch oven. It's in here preheating. It's supposed to steam the bread, like steam it and make the dough more softer to cut into, because it's always hell to cut into. So I'm going to refill my jug of water because I'm thirsty and I love a good hydro jug full of water. I got this off the TikTok shop. This is actually a sample that they sent me and I'm obsessed with it. Like, honestly, obsessed. Someone's alarm is going off now. But while that is preparing, I'm going to take this bonnet off. I don't normally sleep with one on, but I'm going to start doing it. I slept with it a couple times, but I never really stuck to the routine. But we're going to unwrap this hair and see what it stayed like. I washed and blow dried it last night. I'm trying to keep my hair from getting oily when I sleep. I don't know why it does when I sleep, but okay. It's a little bit wavy, needs to be straightened, but got a little wavy at the front pieces for some reason. This is my Sheen brush. It's a dupe for a Mason Pearson brush, but I have to admit, my hair does look less frizzy. Looks less frizzy, and that is a win I will take. We're gonna get the parchment paper. It's almost completely preheated, and I'm gonna try the ice cube trick like I said, so I gotta make sure I remember. Parchment paper. Now, once the Dutch oven comes out, I'm going to prepare this. This gets flipped upside down. This is the bottom of the sourdough loaf. The bottom of this on the paper, on the dish rag has flour in it. So there will be flour on that sourdough loaf. Then I have to slice it to cut it so it can aerate while it cooks. 30 minutes with the lid on and 15 minutes with the lid off, and it should be perfect. I've never made it with these inclusions before, plus I did it wrong because I mixed it in instead of doing a swirl, so we'll see how this turns out. I'm using my hydro jug as a tripod, but I'm gonna eat myself a mandarin orange. Check out my nails. They're Halloween. They got like eyeballs, spiderweb, jack-o'-lantern, and then regular. And then I didn't want to do a design on this hand because I got bored. That's just how things go. That's the reality. Because when I start doing this hand, I shake and I'm like, I can't do it. It's getting close to being preheated, so I'm gonna enjoy this cutie. I love cuties. I'm obsessed with them. They're so good. One of my cuties had actually a seed in it yesterday, and normally they don't have seeds in them, but it did. So I'm keeping the seed because I'm gonna try to plant it during the summertime next year and make my own mandarin. I think these are called mandarins. Yeah, mandarin orange tree, because I looked it up and you can grow it in North Carolina. I wasn't sure, like there's only certain states you can grow them, so I looked it up and it says you can grow it. So there's nothing better than just something like this instead of having to peel a whole orange. Like, I love an orange, but it's just like a mini orange to me. It's so good. Speaking of cats, I have an update. The $700 litter box, the Litter Robot 3, crashed. It's done for. I'm pissed. I contacted the company 3 times, nothing. They're like, you're gonna have to buy this part. I paid $700 for a litter box and you can't help me out. So, I only had it going on 2 years now. So it only lasted 2 years. All right, y'all. The Dutch oven is ready to get out and ready to put the sourdough bread in. I'm nervous, but we got this. I've done it before a couple times, so. This Dutch oven is so heavy, though. All right. Now that the Dutch oven's out, some parchment paper. Hopefully this comes out good. This might end up being a total fail. Now that the sourdough bread is in the oven, I am gonna wash this bowl because it's messy. I went and put my house shoes on, which are my LL Bean little Wicked Good slippers. I recommend these. They're so comfy. My gosh, if I could, I'd be sponsored by LL Bean. My shirt's from Goodwill, but you know, I love my LL Bean tote and these shoes and this shirt. I've never been disappointed by LL Bean. And whenever I was a child, probably in middle school, my mom got me a monogram LL Bean book bag and I carried it forever. I loved it so much. I still have it, but that was like one of my favorite book bags I had in school, was my blue LL Bean book bag. I had North Face and stuff, but nothing beat that LL Bean, I'll tell you that. Well, this is how it turned out. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. It smells good, and it's squishy, not hard, so that's a plus. Now I'm cleaning my starter jar, and I put all my starter in another cup. You got to keep your starter jar clean, because if you don't, you can get like mold in it and stuff. So this is my wet starter jar. It looks disgusting right now, so forgive it. All right, I'm gonna feed my starter. This is my tulip jar, which is what I keep my starter in. It's by Weck. I got this jar on Amazon, but you can also get it from Magnolia Farm or whatever, Magnolia. That's where I got my coffee Weck jar from, and it's pretty cheap on there, and it's like pretty cheap shipping as well. But this is what it looks like. And then this is your lid that goes on it. So when you store it on the counter, you don't use a drumlet. But when you store it in the fridge, you use the rubber drumlet with the clips on it and put it in the fridge that way. But we're going to feed the starter because I want to make regular sourdough bread. This is my starter in this little jar. I don't use precise measurements. Yeah, I know. But it doesn't have to be that difficult. So I'm just going to drop some starter into the jar. You don't have to keep a lot of starter, okay? I don't want to keep a lot because it just ends up being too much. So you see all that? I'm gonna throw all that away. And that'd be enough. You see, that's all the starter I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna keep the rest of all that. It's too much maintenance. Okay, now I do my flour first. I use King Arthur's bread flour, unbleached. You can use all-purpose flour, but you're going to get the best rise out of bread flour. So I recommend you use bread flour. I'm just going to put a little bit into the jar. How much I think I need to do. All right, so you guys can see what I'm doing. I just put the flour in here, And I'm gonna get my mixing spoon. I'm gonna mix it. It's gonna obviously be very dry, but I'll just mix it anyways. Try to keep my sides clean on my jar since I just took all that time to clean it. This is warm water. A little at a time. Don't do a lot. You're looking for a thick pancake batter consistency. Might be too watery. Now, you'll stick the lid on here. It's not airtight. You will mark a line where it is with an expo marker. Once it doubles inside, it's ready to bake. But you already have to have your starter, you know, made already. Obviously, you can't just take flour and water and the first day you ever do starter and use it. It takes like 7 days, I think, to completely create a starter. So now I'm gonna mark this with a expo marker. All right, got the expo marker. Looks a little bit crappy, but it'll give me an idea of where we begun. I'm gonna sit it on the counter. I am going to get ready for the day. Here is my makeup container. I'm gonna put a little bit of a face on this morning. That way I don't look scary all day. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I am going to wait for my sourdough starter to double in size. Then I'm going to try to make myself another loaf of sourdough, but just regular, because I think the cinnamon one did not work out. But that's just, you know, reality. You got expectations, and you got to know that there is a reality, which ends up being that sometimes things just don't work out. Like, I spent hours on that loaf and it didn't work out. So yeah, there's that. But I'm going to get this done and then continue on doing the regular things that I do during the day. And either I'll catch you later, or either this is the end of the vlog. Well, I finished my makeup for the morning time. This is me, ready for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed my little morning vlog with me. I'm probably going to go make myself something to eat for breakfast, and then I'm going to probably watch me some TV and just chill out until I got to start doing stuff around the house. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye.